Hey there everybody, it's Missy with The Magnificent Method, and today we're going to talk about bikini-ready bodies. Oh, it's such crap, isn't it? It's such crap. And so, I don't know if you all are aware of this or not, but I run a women's group. There's a whole bunch of women in that women's group, and we're all kinds of women. We're moms, and we're young, and we're old, and we're happy, and we're sad, and we're all kinds of different things. But the one thing that we kind of all have in common is that we have body image issues. And so I posted a TED Talk yesterday on seduction, and this gal, she's a dancer, and she gets to travel back and forth between the States and Cuba, and she talks about how in Cuba they don't have they're not bombarded with these images of these size 0 women that are 6 feet tall and voluptuous in only the right places and never in the wrong places, and they're not bombarded with those things. And so no matter what the body type of the individual person is, man or woman, these people innately believe that they're sexy, and they're taught from very early ages as children that they're beautiful exactly the way that they are. And so this is kind of what we're going to touch on. And I know, we've all heard this stuff before, and we see all these things I think I've seen a meme that's like, how to get a bikini body. Step 1, put on a bikini. Step 2, voila, there you go, right? But it really isn't that simple. It really is not that simple. And so is it great to be all like, ooh, rah, we love ourselves no matter what? Yeah, we can say that in kind of a group setting, but individually, that voice that's in there in your head talking to you, this is what I'm talking about today. And so as a society, we're totally failing ourselves and our girls on just epic proportions as far as body shaming is concerned. But let's talk about how you talk to you, which is the most important of all, right? This is the most important. So yes, put on a bikini if you want to wear a bikini, or don't wear a bikini if you don't want to wear a bikini. But if the reason that you don't want to wear a bathing suit is that you've got marks and bumps, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We've all got marks and bumps. All of us have it. And so even I have girlfriends that are models that have marks and bumps. I have girlfriends that are moms that have marks and bumps. I have friends that are boys that have marks and bumps. And I want to say that it's just part of the human condition. It's just part of who we are. And so you will find, in society, especially if you have a healthier group of friends, that people who go super, super raw, people who have extremely clean diets, they kind of get away from the bumpy part, but they don't necessarily get away from the marks, the stretch marks part, It's just part of human nature. And I can remember several years back, after I'd had my daughter, and she was almost a 10-pound baby, she's a very large baby, thinking my body had been ruined, because I have stretch marks on my thighs and my behind, and I was like, man, how am I ever going to recover from this? And then I heard Maya Angelou speaking, and I know this is a little weird for her to say something like this, but she had visited Africa for the first time, and she went to go bathe with all the women from this tribe, and she didn't have any marks on her body. She's kind of, genetically just set up that way. And these women began to sob and to cry and to mourn for her, and they assumed that she'd never had a child because her body didn't have marks. And they referred to these as mother's marks, and it was a high honor because it was proof that you'd done the most creative thing a human being can do, which is create another human being, And so at that point, that really flipped the switch for me in my head, whoa, wait, this is proof that I was able to fulfill my human destiny and become a mother, And for those of us who aren't mothers, these things happen with, weight gain and weight loss. And so if you've gained a bunch of weight and you think that you're really fat, you probably have stretch marks. Or if you're really, really skinny and you lose weight quickly, you probably have stretch marks. And they're probably on your boobs, they're probably underneath your arms, they're probably on your thighs, they're probably on your butt, probably all over your belly. And what I'm saying is that it's normal. And so we all know about Photoshop. We all know it's complete crap. We all know that literally 95% of the images that we see in television and, on media, it's all bullshit. None of it's real. And so what I want to say to you is challenge yourself to be okay with your real. Challenge yourself to wear the bikini and show your stretch marks, show your cellulite. Like, who gives a flying frick? You know, are you there? Are you at a fashion show or are you at a float trip? Because I'm pretty sure if you're at a float trip, your friends could give a shake less about what's going on your thigh. You know, I believe in my heart of hearts that if you sat down with any group of friends, they would want to know that you were spiritually aligned, mentally aligned before you were physically aligned. And so now, we're going to get into love your soul first. And so your body's on consignment. Your body's being borrowed by you. And you got to give it back. And wherever you go, wherever you came from, wherever you're going back to, it's going to be a little bit more than silly to look back and say, you know, I could have reached spiritual heights, I could have maintained internal heights, but I was so worried about the stretch marks from birthing my beautiful children that I couldn't just relax and have a good time. It's a little bit ridiculous, isn't it? It's just a little bit ridiculous. And so, if it still is triggering you, if you still can't get over it, you know, if you think that you're too big or you're too little, you know, I have, you know, white girlfriends that think they're too big, and I have black girlfriends that think they're too little, and, you know, everybody in between. And what I want to say is just pump the brakes on the bullshit, ladies. Just pump the brakes. Love yourselves. Love yourself. You know, it's not ratchet or it's not trashy to be in a bathing suit and enjoying yourself. If you absolutely are freaking out about it, I would say dress for your shape. And that's not something I would normally say because I think every shape should dress however they want. But if you really, really struggle with it, go see a stylist. Go see somebody who's a professional at this and figure out, oh, hey, I'm bigger on top, but I'm smaller on bottom, or I'm smaller on bottom and I'm bigger on top, and what looks best on me? And then that will give you that little bit of extra confidence that you might need to get over that hump. But, you know, we can blame it on society all we want to when it's our own voice in the back of our own heads. And, you know, at what point do we take responsibility for what we're feeding ourselves? You know, and something I say to my clients is like, what are you putting in your face? What kind of food are you putting into your face? What kind of media are you putting into your face? What are you listening to on a regular basis? And so if you're watching, you know, Kanye's wife, whatever her name is, I know she trains her waist, you know, with a waist cincher. Don't do that. Like, what? You can do Pilates, and I promise, because I've had 2 babies, and I do Pilates, and my waist is teeny, teeny, tiny, you know? And yeah, genetics do play a part in that, but so does my diet, you know what I'm saying? Like, so does my level of activity. But I don't need to tie myself up and be corseted in order to make that happen. That's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. You're chasing dreams, and that energy that you're using chasing those societal bullshit dreams can be better spent chasing God or your soul, or maybe, you know, you can spend that energy on a treadmill so you feel great in your swimming suit. You know what I'm saying? Like, be smart about what you're doing and understand that it's not everybody else looking at you. It's not anybody else trying to make you feel bad for the way you look. People know that people are people. Stop judging yourself. This is a you problem. This is not a them problem. You have to take responsibility for the way that you're judging yourself. Now, in my hypnotherapy practice, I work with something called the critic. And so this is kind of the I'm not enough, I can't voice that, you know, belongs to your ego. It sits in there. It makes you feel bad about stuff you shouldn't feel bad about. If you want that removed, call me. We'll take it out of there. No problem. I do this on the regular. I did have it done for myself with some other stuff that I was dealing with business. Works like a charm. Incredible, incredible stuff. But I think that if you try, you might be able to tackle it yourself. If not, there's nothing wrong with reaching out for help, for sure. So once again, sorry, I've been in my car all day. I'm on the run right now. You want to be bikini body ready? Put on a bikini. You're ready, right? Bumps and marks, we've all got them. It's time to kind of grow up about that shit, isn't it? It just is, folks. It just is. No big deal. Okay? Love yourself, soul first, body second. So soul first, fill that cup up. Body second, be eating the right foods and taking care of your body. If you don't want to eat the right foods and you feel like crap, that's why you feel like crap. Nobody feels sorry about that. Okay? Your body is on consignment. Please remember that the space that you came from and the space that you have to go back to, being worried about things like, you know, being swimsuit ready, it's a little bit more than ridiculous. Like, truth tree, for real. Like, we all want to look good. You all want to put your best foot forward. But if you're being obsessed about it to the point that you can't relax and have fun, that's an issue, guys. And then, if all else fails, go get a stylist or go get a friend who's very stylish and dress for your shape. Know your body shape. Go get a beautiful sarong. You know, another thing that I'll say is, one of the sexiest women I've ever met in my life, I won't say her name because I don't know if she wants me to or not, even though she's wildly flamboyant, she weighs over 300 pounds. That woman is sexy, for real. Like, nobody's stopping her from her sexy. So it's all about where you're at. Where are you at with that? For real. Like, where are you really at? If you need some help, call me. I kind of have a sugar-free policy where I don't really sugarcoat stuff. So if you want to hear the truth, call me. If you don't want to hear the truth, keep bullshitting yourself. If you want to get rid of the critic, call me. We'll get in there and we'll put you in a trance and get that knocked out. That's that. Sorry, it's so fast. I have to run today. Once again, this is Missy with The Magnificent Method. Thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. That would be awesome. And have a great day. Bye, folks. See ya.